right? This is that's what I said. When we say he's
from an
like
age standpoint,
Even that, because the skill set of Jordan that he had, if you go look at the skill set, it's still unfair because Mike was coming from a structured situation, North Carolina,
I get it,
where he was basically chained up. And he got freed.
Django.
And once he was freed, he was like, this is what I can do out here with y'all can't fuck with me. So Ant-Man don't really have that leniency where he played in the league for a few years. He didn't have no chains on him in college. He would still be able to do what he was doing. But what Gil's lining up is that 22, that age gap where it's like rookie Jordan came in and
dominated.
His skill set was so raw and so they never seen it before. We have to compare it now because we never seen that Jordan out of Jordan before. We've seen this before. Now you got to compare it.
My point is, obviously, Ant been in the league 4 years, but you're not comparing year four to year four Jordan.
So that's why
you got to say year four.
Like when people say he reminds me of Jordan, I'm the one that says, which one? Which one? Because there's different Jordans. There's the first 2 years, 3 years Jordan, then there's that 5, then there's that 87 to 90 where he realized, like, I'm the best dude that ever walked. And then the championship Jordan, and then the second repeat Jordan. Like, there's different levels of them. So when you say he's the next Jordan, which one?
Are you talking about the mindset Jordan, or are you talking about
how they play? Just how they play the game.
How they play.
Just how they play. Just style, recklessness.
Style, how they.
Like Ja Morant. Like people can say Ja Morant, how he plays is like how Jordan played the rookie years, right? I'm using my ability more than the brain.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like...
I don't think Ant-Man's that way. I think he's just a different type of hybrid type of player that we've seen and not seen before. Like, we have now set an expectation that he's good enough to the point where we got to compare him to somebody great. That's where we are. We see enough young players with Ja. Who the fuck can you compare Ja Morant to? Before Zion got hurt, who the fuck was we comparing Zion to? Sean Kemp?
No, it was LeBron. It was like LeBron mixed with Charles Barkley.
Right, you gotta, Charles and LeBron. So it's like you gotta compare him to somebody because we've seen it before. We just haven't seen it at this rate.
Yeah.
But like when I say the LeBron, the Michael Jordan comparison is unfair because I feel like Mike, if you really go back and see it, there's nobody like Mike. That early Mike, there's nobody like that early Mike. Not Kobe, not nobody. Like early Mike, he was disgusting.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to make
he was disgusting.
the MJ comparison, but just saying the fact that we have that
87,
we're having that conversation is a testament to how good Ant is playing right now.
Yeah, but I don't.
You don't want to put that.
I just don't like the idea. Like when you say it, have a timestamp.
Yeah.
Because if you have a timestamp, it kind of gives wiggle room for the player to be great.
Yeah.
If you say he reminds me of Mike, everyone's brain goes to 6 championships.
Yeah.
It starts going there. Like, like I'm comparing him to 22-year-old Mike.
63 in the guard.
Right, you know what I mean? I'm comparing him. I'm comparing him to the dude that he was out there. He don't know what his ability is yet. He's out there free flowing. Right? I compare him to that.
Yeah.
Right? And be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying
there's no expectations on this motherfucker yet.
Not prime peak MJ.
You're just saying elite.
Just elite, just an elite level of athlete and body, and this is what it looks like. That's it. I'm not comparing, because when you just throw out the name just raw, it's like, give me an age where, like Magic. You can't compare nobody to Magic at any age. It would be unfair, right? Because the rookie Magic came in 19, won a championship, dominated in the season and in the finals and when it counted. There's no one who's going to compare to that. So that would be career suicide for anybody to be compared to, because he was successful the day one. So you say, all right, which Magic? I can't even say, all right, Magic in 95 when he came back.
But I do get what you're saying, though, Joe, as far as just having him compared to Mike.
From a respect level.
Testament to how good he can be.
Yeah, the style.
Because we're having the conversation with him, with this guy.
When you look at a list of players to compare Ant to at this stage of his career, I think it's a very complimentary to say.
It's complimentary.
This is who we're looking at.
But it's still unfair to me.
Of course.
Even though it's complimentary, he looked black.
They both black as hell.
And they look like they related. So we asked the chat, has Ant-Man reached his full potential yet? 70% said not even close, but 25% said almost, and some of y'all out there, 5% said yes.
Almost at 22 is crazy.
So y'all got to put it down.
Almost?
So
Yeah, almost.
let's talk about.
Like that's what I said, when you talk about 22, you got to think about all the I think about all the greats, right? When you think about all the greats, I always go back, all right, let me see how great they were at these ages. So you can kind of like move it, right? Okay, he's on that great path. Okay, so I can see it, right? You know, if you don't do it, then you're just throwing out shit that's just harder for the player to even accomplish, because that player himself is thinking about 6 rings. You're looking at the greatest part of it. Like, hold on, dog, you got time, trust me, right? This is who he was, and then he tapped into this ability, and then he realized he's the most dominant thing that ever moved. Then his mindset changed, and they hit this, and then they won, and then boom. Like, here's stepping stones. First is saying, all right, MJ, and now you got to sit here and try to figure out how to climb this fucking wall.
Nope.
That's what I love.
And you're going to kill yourself.
That's what I love about comparisons. That's why I went to North Carolina.
I already know.
Go there. Let
Now
me
you
go
be like,
do what
yeah,
I
you
do.
know,
You gotta
rookie
compare
season.
Me, you got to compare me to that nigga?
Yeah.
And I can live the rest of my life saying I was number 2. I was number 2.
You got a ring.